guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you very much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. Today I'm going to go way back, way back. So I'm going to go into the past and I'm going to incorporate it with the present of what's currently taking place in entertainment, to be specific, dancehall music. Now, before I do so, I want to define what hypocrisy is. By way of definition, hypocrisy is a belief factor of having a standard or being noble or having a standard of being above when you really aren't. Now, that would be a definition of hypocrisy based on antiquity. Antiquity, the past, ancient, right? In modern day, it's basically a person who pretends to be who they are not. They say one thing, they believe in certain fundamentals, but they really aren't about that life. Now, let me go into reggae music. The inception of reggae and reggae culture came out as an upliftment movement for persons who are black. I do not like the word black people because nobody is black. It's a dark, nasty, derogatory, evil term that have been around before triangular trade, the slave Atlantic trade, right? It has been around and it was always being used as something negative. And they purposely decided to stamp black on a group of people who obviously had different shades of brown because they wanted to dehumanize them, subjugate them, and make an excuse for it, and also to feel good, to make themselves superior, believing that they were superior to these people. But for argument, I may tap in and out of it, just for argument's sake, for the conversation, or for the point that I'm going to put across. So when we look into the entire history of the reggae culture, it was about the upliftment of melanated people, brown people, persons of hue. It was for us to understand ourselves, for us to understand who we are as a people, a nation of people, coming together, working together, building a nation to uplift each other, and to also make the world see that we are more than just hewers of wood and drawers of water, based on what was said, based on what was depicted to the Western world about persons who were from the Eastern part of the continent, or the world of the continent Africa. And so that was the inception of what reggae was all about, the upliftment of people, for upliftment of black people, for us to see ourselves, for us to understand who we are, right? Coming and coming and coming, reggae music came out. And when reggae music came out, it was about pushing through entertainment, pushing the upliftment. So that's why many of it had strong messages, deep messages behind it. And it was for black people to see ourselves and see what we are doing and strive to make a change for the better, try to uplift each other, try to make each other feel important, make each other feel as if we are a man, we belong in this world, and this world is also for us. It was also an eye-opener to show you the inventions of black people, the inventions of black, in quote, the inventions of black people, and what we basically, our ancestors were doing prior to the transatlantic slave trade. Coming down and coming down and coming down, reggae music have seemingly diluted, wherein so many persons have incorporated their philosophy, believing it's for one love, it's for all man. Different persons from different ethnic group and different race have come into reggae and make reggae somewhat universal. So you find European version of reggae where so many white people or Caucasian people decided to be a part of it. You had Hawaiian reggae, you have the Japanese reggae, you have all of that. And so coming down, reggae music was not known to be for the upliftment of melanated people again, but more so for unification of all man on earth, one love, regardless of your even sexual orientation, regardless of your class, your race, your fundamentals and stuff like that. Reggae music was for you. That's what reggae music basically became. Now, many of these men, Rasta men, many of these reggae artists have been complaining throughout the years that, you know, they're gatekeeping in Europe. They can't go to certain places. They can't get the big arenas because reggae music has been sold out to so many people all across the continent. And it's no longer for the black man, for the upliftment of the black race, for the upliftment of the black child, for everybody who has to be melanated people to understand our roots and where we're actually from. Reggae music is no longer like that. I say that to say this. Many of you have complained. We have heard it, many of them. And the reason it has been silenced is when people get to understand a lot of these reggae artists were not genuine. They weren't about the life that they preach behind their message in their music. And so many persons decided that it was an open avenue now to come down or to be a part of or to go in it or to spread it, to dilute it, to make it for everybody, because what they saw was a lifestyle being contrary to what the reggae artists or the Rasta were preaching. And they realized that it was just for do for oneself. It wasn't to help out another fellow brother. It wasn't about being there for each other. And because of such, it just became a substance for anybody. Now we see wherein so many artists have come out. We also see the channel where dancehall music came into play. Many have seen wherein many persons were preaching against the system of oppression, the government, the corruption. Many artists, that was what dancehall music became or started out as. It no longer was about that, but it was more so about entertainment now. It was about everybody just doing what they are doing regardless of their background. They just want to showcase their talent and prove who they really are. Many persons also became gatekeepers, deciding who to go through, who to get there, who to come out, and stuff like that. We have seen so many persons complain over the years while being dancehall artists that, listen, they're not getting a fair share, they're not getting this, they're not getting that. Persons are preventing them to come on show, to perform, to get bookings, and all of these type of things. They basically became gatekeepers of the dancehall. My reason for saying this is many of those persons who were preaching consciousness, from the reggae artists to the dancehall artists, were never about that life. They were hypocrites. They were about gatekeeping. They wanted a structure where they decide who is allowed into dancehall, and they were doing it against their fellow brother, their fellow black men again in quote, their fellow black brothers, their fellow black men. That's what they turned dancehall music and reggae music into: a gatekeeping machinery, a gatekeeping machinery, a gatekeeping tool, where only who they like, who is about them, who say their name to come out and to get a breakout and to, basically put their career in their hands and make it known that they are responsible for their breakout or for their success. Those were the only persons that they wanted to be a part of dancehall and also to be a part of reggae. No better example was what took place with Vegas. When Vegas was in dancehall and all that he went through, and Vegas spoke about it and stuff like that. We also saw it with Mr. Lex. We cannot speak on the situation of the past more. We can't talk about it anymore because it was obvious. And if none of that was obvious, we are seeing it now with dancehall artist Alkaline. So many artists have come out of the woodwork and say that they're for the upliftment of black people. Artists need to unite. Artists need to come together. Artists need to have this, to have that, to unite, to be brothers, to look out for each other. Yet at the same time, you're seeing wherein an artist, since the inception of his career, have been faced with many setbacks, have been faced with basically oppression. He has been oppressed by so many persons who do not like him, so many other dancehall artists who pull together to end this guy's career. You understand? So many of them. And yet these people who claim to be so conscious were silent about it. So many persons who claim to be the respectful people, about positive message, fighting against oppression, fighting against a system that's out there in reggae and also dancehall, became the oppressors themselves against another fellow dancehall artist. And I'm saying that if you guys are about that life or you're about that message, why aren't any of you coming out and sticking up or supporting Alkaline? Even if you don't agree with his message, or even if you don't agree with what he's saying in his music, he isn't the only person that is saying something off the grain. He isn't the only person that is going off the plane. You understand? That is projecting. He's not the only person that is saying things that is not about Jamaican culture. But at the same time, he's the only one that became something of an easy target. And because you all saw him as an easy target, many of you, instead of coming out and voicing and speaking out in support of this artist, so that what took place with Mr. Lex and Vegas does not reoccur or does not raise its ugly head again. Instead, you guys decided to team up, or you stay silent about it. So that's why I say that the reggae music and the dancehall music has a level of hypocrisy to it. The same oppression that you guys preach on, the same, oh, black man is oppressed and black men are victim, and the white man this and the white man that, you turn around and you do the same thing to your fellow black men. You turn around and you do the same thing or even way worse to your fellow black men. All of you are silent, yet you are seeing means that I'm using continuous present tense. You are seeing what is actually taking place with dancehall artist Alkaline. You are seeing the disrespect for absolutely no reason. Persons coming out at him, Kudos to him for having a strong backbone. What about the other artists who don't? What about the other artists who did not have a strong backbone like him, or have a heavy machine behind him, or supporters who decided that they are going to stand with this one? What happened to them, or what is currently happening to them? And for so long, this has been continuing, and persons need to take a stand. Persons need to take a stand. If you're about the truth, if you're about uplifting yourself and about uplifting each other, then why not be about it? That's why I said that a lot of you guys in the reggae and in dancehall, you guys are hypocrites. You guys only speak about something when it's convenient. You guys only speak about something when it's loud, selective outrage, selective protest. You guys only speak about something when it's for your own selfish benefit, or when it's who you like is a victim. That's the only time you speak out. But as long as it's someone that you don't really cater for, it's okay for them to be oppressed. It's for them to be blatantly disrespected all the time. And it's okay for you to repost, reshare, comment, laugh, joke about it, and thinking that it is funny. And that's the reason a lot of you are not respected as black men. You are not respected. Nobody respects you because you do not respect yourself, and you simply do not respect each other. And because you didn't, and you preach a message but were never about that life, that's the reason you do not own reggae to this day. You don't. It's somewhere in Japan selling, it's somewhere in Europe selling, it's somewhere in the Asia and Pacific selling, but it's not selling when it comes to the homegrown grassroots Jamaican cultural artists who started out. They're not making the big bucks as they're supposed to. They're not breaking the big arenas as they're supposed to. Because you guys are hypocrites. You guys are hypocrites. You say one thing, but you're not about that message. You're not about unifying. You're not about joining together. You're not about pooling together to understand, to uplift each other. Even if you don't agree with the avenue of music that the artists take, you can realize that this is a talent and this is someone who is fighting tooth and nail to secure himself or to have a longevity in dancehall music. And instead, you guys realize that this guy is getting so much attack. Where is the Muta Baruka, who always come out and speak about black man this and upliftment of black people and what this person do? Or how Muta Baruka, who is so invested in dancehall and always speak on other artists out there and know that letters were penned to him and all of this. Where is your voice to speak out and realize that this guy is actually being disrespected all the time? Where is your voice? You're silent about it. So you guys are hypocrite. That's what I'm saying. You guys are hypocrite. You have selective outrage only for your own selfish benefits, or when it's for someone who you like, that's when you decide to speak out. You understand? But kudos to Alkaline for having a strong backbone and for taking a stand. And I hope that many others will come on board and follow pursuit and realize that, listen, you don't need to bow down to anybody. If it bleeds, it will die. So no man is above another man. And you are all in this to win, whether you like it or not, and they really can't take you out of the game. You just have to have a firm meds, a strong mind, and you will go through. That's all I have to say about it. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day, and may God bless you. Bye-bye.